Hello folks, so if you saw my stream yesterday, I added wrapping, and when we finished, everything wasn't totally working. I discovered some bugs with virtual whitespace, and I discovered uh, some difficulties that I was still working through. Well, today I can say that we have wiped out all of those bugs now. As far as I've been able to tell, with just a day of testing, it seems to be pretty solid, and there's a new wrapping rule that isn't totally absurd. So on the stream, I was just wrapping at every 11th character, or every 22nd character technically, starting from 11. I was putting a wrap point there, so it was just wrapping at arbitrary spots, basically, that looked ridiculous. But now I have it set up to do a wrapping that is actually a real-world situation. So, the real-world situation, and that's what makes this a demo, instead of just another little step towards the project here, but this is actually the first prototype of text file wrapping. And let me demonstrate. So I can type in a little text here. Hello world, we have word wrapped text files now. So basically what's happening there is it detected that this word was too long and wrapped it down to the next line. This works great for text files. Not so great for code, and the other thing about text files is they don't require virtual whitespace. So I currently have virtual whitespace disabled because you don't really, I don't have any plan on how to make that useful in text files yet. Eventually maybe it'll be customizable or something, and then you can use it however you want in any type of file you want. But for now, since this isn't a code file demo, I've turned off the virtual whitespace, and eventually I'll have it so that you can toggle that on any particular file as an option. Right now it's kind of hard-coded, so it's just turned off the whole editor for the sake of this demo. But the point is, let's focus on the new feature here. This is all one line, and it is wrapping on the word level instead of on the character level as it used to, right? So if I hit like backspace here, you can see made it into one bigger word, and now the whole thing had to wrap down. And this is kind of how a lot of text wrapping sort of things look. If I increase the width of the margin, eventually it'll pop that word up on top. Let's see, it might take a little while. I'm expecting it to. I guess I didn't test this beforehand. Maybe I'm hitting the wrong keys. Not sure. Let's turn wrapping on and off and see if I can... Okay, so wrapping is turned off right now. I might have accidentally pressed enter at some point, I think is what happened. Okay, so that's important to explain. So, one rule of the wrapping is that it always obeys your new line. So if you put in a hard new line and you press enter, it doesn't matter whether you're wrapping or not, it'll keep showing it to you that way. That's probably why I didn't see any wrapping happening. So let me turn wrapping back on and shrink down. There we go. So now I've got it under control again. So I had accidentally pressed enter here instead of space. If I press space there, then it'll continue to wrap like I was expecting, and we can do that. But if I press enter there, which is what I've done now, it won't matter how wide the wrapping position is, right? It always obeys your manual new lines, basically. So yeah, there's some of the basic rules. The other thing that this handles, which is really nice, and I don't know if everybody handles this correctly, sometimes you might get into a situation where you have a really long word, so I'm just going to hold down a key here. Right, and so there's no white space to break up any of that, but it eventually realizes, okay, this is going past the limit, so we have to wrap the character, or we have to wrap the word itself on the character level now. Right, so it's still capable of wrapping at the character level when it gets out of hand on the length of one word, but hopefully that doesn't happen too often. And yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just wrapping by white space, but the rule is completely customizable, at least internally, and eventually I want to find a way to expose that. And if you keep following along, I'm next going to work on how to do the code version of this, and that's where we're going to have the really awesome sauce kind of features starting to come together and make an awesome code editing environment. Thank you so much, everybody, for following along, and I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.